captions are, ours is the singer, so we went breathe easy and sing.
Nice.
Fly high with your voice. Find yourself. Enhance your voice range. Find your inner voice. And expand yourself and your voice.
Well done. Good job. We're going to those classes? Yep. Terrific. Which one particularly, Simon?
Find your inner voice.
Find your inner voice. Okay, nice. And so different things are going to appeal to different people. One of the things I've unfortunately learnt over the years is testing your brochures on your colleagues doesn't work. Because we all speak the same cute, funny language and get excited over things that mean nothing to the rest of the world. So running those past some of your friends and colleagues and noticing where they kind of, light up a little bit is probably going to be a little more useful.
If I'm a singer, and I want to know who else has used this, how reliable it is, and which choirs are actually doing it.
The church choir.
Good on you. And you're not even going to be interested in reading that until something's caught your eye, my guess would be.
And find your inner voice is not for you.
That's not for you. Yeah, okay. Because you want the outer voice. Yep.
It's the new age singers.
How about you guys?
Okay, we had Ivana, and she is an allied health person. So we were thinking, that she will probably the target group will like to have pain management, the people would like to move better, more freely, and being able to be involved in all kinds of activities.
So the kind of words that might appeal to them?
The kind of words is agility, balance, increase peripheral vision, struggle less, reduce falls, find yourself again, increase mobility. Something like that.
Great. Okay, so she was mainly working with people with significant challenges already.
Or sports people, like in from gym and Pilates and golf. So.
Okay. She could go for anybody, but she chose mainly the people with pain and limitations.
Yeah, pain and limitation and aging.
Great. Thank you. Okay, the sporty group. Who's got the bit of paper?
So we're dealing with someone whose main target group are archery enthusiasts. So the advertisement is, are you on target? Archery skills targeting for improved performance, with features of balance training, focus and peripheral vision, calm breathing, even draw, quick release, and orientation to target practice.
Cool. This group was in education.
Yes, we had a teacher that wanted to incorporate Feldenkrais into his teaching, and we identified that actually the people we needed to address were not just one group. It was the kids, it was the authorities of the school, and it was the parents possibly. So we needed to cater for different interests. So we thought in terms of the kids, to interest them, we could say it's a class that doesn't have exams but has lots of fun, or that it's a class that will make them better at learning, or that will make them better at sport, or something like that. With the parents, there's a money incentive, so we could make a special offer for parents in terms of if they sign up for one term that they could get another term half price or something, or that they then like another way would be to say engage your child's like creative side, or let your child be more self-reliant or independent. And yeah, with the principal, I think we didn't actually think about how to convince the principal. But,
Yet. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, possibly like that, yeah.
Great. Thank you.
So we were exploring, I can't remember her name, Carmen, who wants to work or help children with learning disabilities. So we went through all of that, and there were some similar things to what Anka mentioned, but in terms of finding words for the advertisement, again, we had to think about it being attractive both to the child, and we're talking about a school-age child, so they may not have a say in whether they go along to it or not, but it still needed to be attractive to them, as well as enticing to the parent as well. So words we thought of were obviously fun, creative, play, and then to lure the parents in, we threw in a bit of, explore learning possibilities, learning options. So just thinking of attracting both to that, the person paying or the person bringing the child and the child that's going to be involved.
Great. So something that we didn't sort of talk about as a big group is this idea that sometimes it's not actually the client that's going to make the decision. So kids are an obvious one, that the parents and sometimes maybe the school context will have to be involved in making a decision. With some people who have been in car accidents, have brain injuries or have major difficulties, their carers or other people will be making the decisions for them, at least initially. And so sometimes it's not actually the client we want to talk to. And the receiver of the program often will have quite different outcomes than the decision maker. So sort of going back and taking the two strands of those questions, what does the decision maker want? What does the participator want? And how do we address both of those in different ways? Cool.
We had the gorgeous Daisy, the gardener, and so we had, what did we have? We had, and this is aimed for gardeners who are quite social. They like to go to the library, to the shops, to the bridge, the book club, the walking club, the exercise class, the movies, the theatre. So,
in their spare time.
Yeah, this is one of Ginny's clients she's thinking of, a real life person. So our words are: would you like to move more easily? Can't get up from gardening? Would you like more flexibility? Wish to experience less stiffness? Join our friendly group each week for enjoyable, easeful, energizing movement lessons.
Cool. Okay. So out of that, more thoughts?
Just thought maybe there's two other things we could put into it that is gentle and self-directed for Feldenkrais.
Yep, and particularly if you were thinking about the people with pain or limitation, they're quite important. Good job. It's a different way of thinking, and it takes practice. So over the next few months, as you're chatting to people and thinking about finding people who are going to help you practice becoming awareness through movement skilled, it begins with listening, begins with thinking about how can you frame an offer in terms of meeting their need so that they're happy to give you their time initially and later, maybe other things too.
this is more a logistic question from our earlier discussion. So are we actually allowed to run some kind of ATM groups? How is this?
Yes. Okay, so here's the way it works. At the moment, you will have noticed in your online learning activities during the last segment, you were encouraged to get out and start teaching to a few people the little bits of ATM that you were working with. That is part of your course requirement, and as such, you're covered under the college insurance, okay, because it's a prescribed activity. Over the coming year, we will be encouraging you to teach more, to start to find little groups of friends and family and colleagues and so forth who are willing to support you in your learning process so that you can practice with them. And that's still a learning activity.
With clients, like in my case, being a therapist.
Yep, with your clients.
Is there any wording we have to watch out for to advertise ourselves to be?
You can't call yourself Feldenkrais practitioner.
Yeah, what are we allowed to?
You can say that you're a student in a Feldenkrais training program.
Yeah.
And that what you are doing is part of your learning activities.
Yeah.
In your workplace, you may need to kind of get permission to do that.
Because my boss asked me when I'm allowed to start to put things into practice. So.
That partly depends on your boss.
If she's happy for me to
if she's happy that you have the professional skills and judgment to work out what's appropriate, then that's fantastic. You've got a ready-made playground. Okay. After about another 12 months, you will, if you've kind of completed the requirements and built up a basic level of skill in teaching awareness through movement, you'll get a little letter that says you are now authorised to teach awareness through movement. And that means that you can advertise classes, you can call yourself an awareness through movement teacher, and you can charge fees for those classes. At that point, if you're running your own classes, you need to have your own insurance. It's very cheap if you're not charging for classes. So if you're teaching in a U3A or a club or somewhere, if you are charging, then it's slightly more, but it's still pretty negligible. Mostly, I think you'll find that your professional insurance already covers you, but you probably should check with your insurer that it. Yeah, usually the physio insurance. That's right. Yep. That you're also working in that modality. We'll give you the information about the guild insurance related stuff. Have a question?
Yeah. Does that mean I could go to elderly? Could I go now to elderly home and ask people to participate in classes for free, or that's only after?
That's probably slightly premature, because we haven't done a lot of practicing of teaching yet. If you have elderly relatives or friends, you could ask them to come with you to your house, or you could go to them and practice together. But to go into another institution and ask permission to practice, you probably need to be a little bit further down the track.
I mean one-to-one client, but that's too early. Okay.
If it's someone you know and who knows you, by all means.
Yeah. Okay.
But just to rock into an oldie's home and pick a person and say, hey, you want to play with me? Couple of months. The lower age barrier for ATM?
Preconception.
When they can understand language.
Because if you would like to run a class for school children.
Good luck, but it's certainly possible. And there are practitioners who work with primary age children. I've got a 2.5-year-old granddaughter that I'm sure we could have some fun doing ATM together. Not the kind of lessons we do here, and not for an hour. But they certainly can, yep. And they're little learning sponges, which is lovely. Sooner you start, sooner you've got them converted. Yes? Okay, back to your mats. I'll stick your things up on the posters if you like to leave them nearby.